Well, your Saturday morning shaping up very nicely, but by afternoon, we will see the heat come in full force, expecting the 90s for your daytime high. This leads to some instability later on. That severe weather outlook overall, not the greatest, especially to the western tier of the state.
I'm going to ask if Marty does not do them at this time anymore.
Oh,
we
okay.
got caught one time and he's furry like we're not.
Well, if we get caught, I'll just voice over. It is what it is. I have to do 3, but I might end up doing 4 today, just because we have severe weather potential. So just a heads up. It depends on what they want in the back.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know if it's Evan or Sage today?
I think it's Evan.
Evan? Okay. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Thanks so much for joining us on CBS News Baltimore. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Abigail Degler. Your Saturday shaping up overall pretty nicely. We will have plenty of sunshine today. We'll have some heat, a very summer-like pattern for your day. But by late evening, this is when things start to change. We will see the potential for some marginal and slight severe weather as we go throughout your day today. Most are reserved for past the 7 o'clock hour. And I know that's important because we do have a home game as far as the preseason game tonight. It does look to be dry, but some thunderstorms will be in the area, and for that drive home, this is where it comes into play. So find ways to get alerts as we go throughout your day today, and make sure to keep an eye to the forecast. By early Sunday morning, this is when we're starting to see it dissipate and break apart, but it's still lingering for that early morning transition. It's going to be until 6 a.m. roughly where we see a break in this, and then eventually sunshine pushing back through. So from 7 p.m. this evening until around 6 a.m. on your Sunday, we have showers and storms in our area. And with this, we could see some gusty winds, the potential for some hail, and some frequent lightning, as well as brief downpours. By late morning on your Sunday, we are out of the woods, seeing sunshine and temperatures really starting to build back. Sunday overall will have some cloud coverage in it, but that is going to allow some stability as far as the forecast goes. Okay, that's the first one. Let's do a middle. What is going on with this thing?
Are you okay with this one? Because I don't know how you are with your bump anymore. Like if you're okay to show it.
It's fine.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Okay.
I'm pregnant.
Okay.
But
People know.
I just don't acknowledge it.
Okay.
So if they comment on it, I always delete it just so it doesn't spark the conversation.
Okay.
But yeah, that's fine. Okay, ready?
I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. You're getting a drink. Okay. Number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Thanks so much for joining us on CBS News Baltimore. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Abigail Degler. We are going to break down the timeline as far as severe thunderstorm activity, or at least the possibility of it for your Saturday. It's looking like later on in the evening, around the 7 o'clock hour, off to our very western corner. This is when the storm activity begins. We may see a few stray showers ahead of this, but this is where our eyes are as we go into the late evening. Now, we do have a game tonight, the preseason game, and it looks like we're going to be a nice little bubble for the game where we're not going to see any rain, but off to our west we may hear some claps of thunder, and we may hear a distant storm, mostly across Garrett, Allegheny, and Washington counties, and pushing towards Frederick County. We are dealing with the potential for some downpours, some frequent lightning, even some hail and some strong winds. A lot of us still recovering from last Monday. This may just make us a little worse for the wear, and your yard's a little worse for the wear. So be mindful of this. You do not look to have any impacts for the metro as far as the game, but coming home from the game, this is where you may run into some rain and maybe some hazardous roadway conditions. So just a heads up there. For the rest of your Saturday, we're going to see this eventually taper off, but not until we transition into your Sunday. By the 6 o'clock hour in the morning, we get a lull, we see mostly cloudy skies, and then we are eventually going to see some sunshine for the day side of your Sunday. But pushing forward, by the evening hours, we're seeing cloud coverage move back in, although this does provide some stability overall as we transition into the late evening hours. Let's focus on the game for today. It does look like kickoff is around 7 o'clock. As we just saw, we're in a nice little bubble, not dealing with rain, but we are dealing with the heat. The 90s expected for today, and it does look like it's going to linger for just a little while longer. Now, pushing past this around halftime, depending on what hour of the night that is, we're still tracking the middle 80s, and by that drive home fourth quarter, this is where we start to see the decline and possibility of some rain that you're running into on that way home. So, just a heads up, you may need to plan accordingly and give yourself a little extra time to get to your home destination. Over the next several hours, here's what you can expect for your day today. Your Saturday, sunshine until late evening, and that's when we start to see that storm potential once again moving from west to east. Our impact timeline around 7 o'clock until 6 a.m. on Sunday. But really by Sunday, we're seeing a lot of this energy just dissipate. Now by your Sunday afternoon, sunshine, the 90s move back in. We're stable. We're dealing with a beautiful but hot forecast, and pushing past that, we're back for round 2 by your Monday, seeing more storm potential and even a severe outlook for your Monday afternoon as well. So find ways to get alerts and be weather aware for the start of the work week. Pushing past that, the later half, we are dealing with sunshine and the middle to upper 80s.